Proudly sponsored by heshes.co.uk, a fast-growing boxing equipment brand that give 20% of all sales on the branded products back to a boxing gym of your choice.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Niche Sports. We are proudly sponsored by Hes Boxing, where 20% of each sale goes to a local boxing gym of your choice. I have just got back from the Challenge Cup semi-finals and wow. Two absolutely brilliant games. Wigan Warriors women losing 16-4 to Leeds Rhinos women, and then Wigan Warriors men losing 11-10 to Hull KR men. Let's start from the beginning then. Wigan Warriors versus Leeds Rhinos. Wigan women. That was a really good and tight game. The first half was really tight. It was 4-4 at half time. Both sides were so evenly matched. It was everything that one team did, the other would cancel them out. It was really close. Amy Hardcastle opening the score with a good try, then Wigan hit back 5 to 10 minutes later. There was a lot of errors in that first half, a lot of poor kicks, but I think that's also got to be contributed down to the weather, because it was really poor weather. The ball was slippy, that's only going to contribute to a more error-filled game, and that did show in that first half, and probably the start of the second half, because the first 20 minutes of the second half were exactly the same as the first half, with both teams evenly matched, very evenly matched, and a lot of errors again, and a lot of poor kicks, and a lot of poor game management, and a lot of chances for both sides that neither could take. So yeah, that was really mainly the story of the majority of that game. And in the last 20 minutes, Leeds turned it on and nullified the threat of Wigan. Caitlin Beavers breaking down the right-hand side, coming out of absolutely nowhere and getting past the full-back and scoring, and that put Leeds in control from then on. Tara Moxon scoring about 5 to 10 minutes later, 16-4. Wigan had a few more chances in the game, but it was all Leeds from that point, really. And they had probably the potential to score more points in that game, and it was a really strong showing in that last 20 minutes from Leeds. Perhaps more what we expected for the full game rather than just the last 20 minutes. But Leeds coming out victors in that one, and deserved, probably based off of they were the only team really to take any sort of control in that game, albeit in the last 20 minutes. But they did take control and managed to reduce their errors and nullify the threat of Wigan. So a strong showing from to be fair, both sides in the conditions. He's playing to the conditions, and it was difficult to do, and both made a lot of errors, but both were sticking in there. So probably a strong showing. It's been a strong showing from both sides, especially considering Wigan are not as successful as Leeds, Saints and York in the women's game. So a strong showing from both sides, but Leeds got the upper hand in that last 20 minutes, and that is what gave them the win. So the Women's Challenge Cup final will be St Helens women versus Leeds Rhinos women, kicking off at 12 o'clock on August the 12th at Wembley Stadium before the men's game. We'll try cover some of that on Niche Sports. Moving on to the men's game. Wow, that was a brilliant game from start to finish. Non-stop action, absolutely intense to watch. It was fantastic. The crowd was so loud. Yeah, you could even say that I've never ever experienced a crowd like that before. Hull KR, wow, the following that they brung was incredible, and the atmosphere that they built was so good. It was fantastic. As everyone knows, I'm a Hull FC fan, but credit where credit's due. Hull KR, that was a brilliant atmosphere, a brilliant crowd that they've taken over. And just a great showing from them and their side, really. They were the first to get over in the first half. About 10 minutes in, they got over just in front of the Western Terrace, in front of the Wigan fans. Missed the conversion, did Schneider, and it was 4-0 to Hull KR. Wigan hit back shortly later with Jay Field. Taking in a pass and a sprint about 20 metres to the line, and no one could stop him. And then that was converted by Harry Smith, and it was a great kick from him. Loads of pressure on him, loads and loads of pressure on him, with the fans absolutely. Remember that there was 10,000 Hull KR fans there. It was basically a Hull KR home game. the amount of noise and pressure on that kick, and he converted it, slotted it away easily to make it 6-4. A penalty just before half-time. The hooter went as he took it, and Harry Smith got another 2 points to Wigan, making it 8 points to 4. The second half started really, really negatively for Wigan, with Joe Shorrocks getting sent off. You can't do that. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend going to watch it, but shoulder charge into the head of Mikey Lewis. Really, really poor, no tackle technique, no attempt to wrap. It's a straight red card every day of the week, and he got sent off. Sam Tompkins saying it's not a red. How is that a red? How is it not a red? So yeah, red card for Joe Shorrocks, and Wigan managed to stay in the game for quite a while, to be fair. It was helped by that Sean Kenny-Dowell got sin-binned on the 50th minute for pushing someone off the ball, denial of a try-scoring opportunity, which obviously means Wigan penalty, and Hull KR's captain Sean Kenny-Dowell sin-binned, 2 sin-bins in 3 games now for him. Not great record for the man that's retiring at the end of the year. But Harry Smith chose to kick the 2 for Wigan, and what looked like a really good option at the time gave Wigan a 10-4 lead. And really from that point on, it was back and forth for about 20 minutes until Hull KR broke the deadlock and scored themselves. Some passing play on the last, it looked questionable because it ended up in Sean Kenny-Dowell's hands, and it was going nowhere on the last. It was near the corner flag. It looked like another waste opportunity from Hull KR. It was game management on the last, and Wigan's try line was quite poor throughout the game. But Kenny-Dowell managed to get the offload away, and Hull KR managed to get in for the try and make it 10-8. Schneider converted from a touchline to make it 10-10. And wow, it sets up quite the finish, obviously. And Hull KR were the ones that capitalised. Wigan had a good opportunity, but missed it. Hull KR didn't actually get a chance at drop goal in the remainder of the game. Schneider, the ball was to Schneider in the pocket. He could have had an opportunity there, but Wynn closed him down very well. And Schneider passed it out, and the opportunity was gone. And then Wigan with 62 seconds left marched Hull KR downfield. Not close enough for a drop goal, though the kick was in, past Michael Lewis's head, turned Hull KR around, but nothing coming of it. And then golden point, first opportunity from Brad Schneider, and he kicks it. That was an incredible drop goal. Yeah, it was 40 metres out, but yeah, on that drop goal, he had 40 metres and then some. It was a fantastic, fantastic drop goal, straight down the middle, in such a high-pressure situation. In Brad Schneider's first 2 games, he's played 2 games at Headingley and won 2 games in golden point with a drop goal. So not a bad start for him, and absolutely brilliant record to have. And Hull KR come out winners, which means that the final is Lee Leopards versus Hull Kingston Rovers. Who could have predicted that one at the start of the year? I don't think anyone could. Obviously, us at Niche Sports will be there for that one. We'll be completing our 7-in-7 challenge there as well. So make sure you support us, or even join in and come to that. And yeah, it's going to be a great day out, Lee versus Hull KR. One more thing before I end this video. Hull KR, perhaps the fans felt a little bit hard done to by some of the refereeing decisions in that second half, such as a knock-on from Matt Parcell where there was no knock-on. The ball did not leave Matt Parcell's hand, and it was given as a knock-on from Liam Moore. I don't know what he saw, but there was no knock-on. And another potential red card from Wigan. If the first one was a red card, the second one was definitely a red card. So a few decisions going the way of Wigan, and leaving Hull KR felt hard done to, but they got the win, which means finish Wigan 10, Hull KR 11. What that means then for Saturday the 12th of August at Wembley, women's game is obviously St Helens Women versus Leeds Rhinos Women. Men's game is Lee Leopards versus Hull KR. The 1895 Cup today, I was not at the game and I wasn't at yesterday's game, but Halifax beat London 10 points to 6, I believe it was. and Batley have beaten York 22-8, which sets up Halifax Batley for the 5:15 kickoff at Wembley. Again, Niche Sports will try to get some coverage of that one in our day out at Wembley. But yeah, that wraps up this video. An absolutely great day out of rugby league at Headingley. Let's not go back to them double headers semi-finals, please. This format is great. But yeah, thank you for watching. It's been a great day of rugby league. It finished at Headingley. Wigan Warriors 10, Hull Kingston Rovers 11, and Leeds Rhinos women 16, Wigan Warriors women 4.